Okay, what is up, everybody? I know it's been a while, but I'm back with my PAX recap video. Now, at PAX, I didn't really do a lot to enjoy the event. I've been to a lot of the PAXs at this point, so a lot of my free time went towards streaming or kind of just hanging out with other players. So I didn't do too much at the event, and they didn't have a Square Enix booth, so I couldn't buy any Final Fantasy related thing. And already once I found that out, I was like, okay, just focus on the tournament. First tournament of the year, first chance to prove that my work that I've done during my off season should pay off, and it actually did. Now, the way this tournament worked was they had two pools, 8 people in each of the pools, and top 2, not top 2, I think it was top 6 make it out, and bottom 2 get eliminated. So my pool was Ally, Wadi, Samsora, Chag, Salem, Anti, and MVD. I keep forgetting, it's just having a pool of 7 other people just feels so weird. So day 1, each player played 3 people. Day 2, everyone else played the rest, which is 4. And the third day was dedicated to the actual bracket. So the first day I had to fight MVD, Samsora, and Wadi. So Wadi just beat me at the championship, so that's one person I'm pretty scared of. MVD at boot camp, each game last stock, last hit, another person I'm scared of. Samsora's nuts. Like, these pools were pretty much like championship pools where everyone is just ridiculously hard, and it seems like it's for no reason, but clearly it's because we're just all super good players, and that doesn't give me any security like going into the tournament. Luckily, I didn't need any security because versus Samsora, I won 3-1. He's really scary, but sometimes I think the matchup can just work in my favor. As long as you can get kills at like 120, the matchup's a lot more easy. So that, coupled with the fact that I up smashed him to get like early stock, it worked out really well. MVD, I feel like he just wasn't playing well that day. I don't know, that was not really fighting MVD. And Wadi, this was the tough one, but the one thing I was so confident in that would make me play better was the fact that Senpai wasn't there, and I got to fight Wadi on my turf, and it worked. And I even told him this before the set. I was like, haha, you don't know what's coming for you, man. Last time you had Senpai, this time it's just me versus you, man. So the thing is, with all of those matchups, I'm pretty experienced due to just the SoCal region. So I'm not unfamiliar with the matchup. I just have to play to the level of which I can just outplay them, just be the better player. And it worked out on that day. It was a really good start too. So end of day 1, me and Ally are both 3-0. Ally beating Salem. I don't know how he does this. I really don't know how he does this. So it was a good start going into day 2, but day 2 was scary because I had to fight the 2 Bayos, Salem and Chag. Then I had to fight Ally, who we always have very back and forth sets, except recently it's been in my favor, like clean in my favor, and I'm like, okay, you know, maybe I finally got it down. And then Anti, whom I've never beaten outside of one set at SCR, which wasn't that big. It was kind of like a more casual tourney. So this was the day where I had to prove myself, you know. I think the first person I played was Anti. Surprisingly, like, I don't know what it was. I feel like I just got to play the way I wanted. Usually Anti's like play style and the way he just uses his moves is so abnormal to me, but I feel like that day just made sense. Like, I didn't have to think so far out of the box to stop myself from getting killed, and that continued to show throughout the set. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Like, finally beat Anti at least once, not at just SCR. This is a great start to 2018. But I still have to finish my pool. So I fight Ally next, if I'm not mistaken. And no, it was either Ally or Chag. But I'll go over the Chag set first. So the Chag set, I feel like when I'm playing people that have no idea how I play, it just goes so heavily in my favor that it's ridiculous. Like the first 2 games against Chag, I didn't even feel untouchable because I was playing like super duper godlike. I felt untouchable because he just had no idea what I was doing. And then suddenly, like, he just started hitting me. And I'm like, wait, no, you can't keep hitting me. Like, I was untouchable. How are you hitting me? And it ended up going to a super close game 5 set, which was very important because in order to get first seed, you pretty much have to beat everybody. So even losing to Chag there would have made it to where I couldn't get first seed, like, pretty reliably. And I was really impressed. I was really impressed with the way that he just kept his head in the game and actually brought it to his very, very close game 5. Luckily, I thought he would do a ledge jump witch time at the end, and he did do ledge jump witch time. He didn't go off stage, so I was like, oh, I missed a punish. What do I do? And I decided to just do some weird rhythm trick so that I could get a slightly delayed needles to bouncing fish, and it worked. So I was like, oh, yes. Then came the Ally set. At this point, me and Ally are both 5-0. He's up 1 game on me overall, so he lost 1 less game. And pretty much our head-to-head decides who gets a guaranteed top 2 seed. The other person can still get 3rd, which overall can just like bite us, you know? It can really like backstab us. And honestly, it was a super duper hype set, but if you watch the set, you can tell me and Ally are both super duper nervous. We're both playing so pressured, and we're messing up a lot of things, but we still like provided really high quality gameplay. I actually didn't expect the set to be that close, especially if we're both nervous. I feel like it would still be in my like territory, but Ally's a very experienced player, and I'm sure he's been in that situation way more than I have. Luckily, I still closed it out. That matchup can be very volatile both ways. Either Mario can't touch Sheik, or Sheik just dies. And I'm glad I beat him, because the last person I had to play was Salem. Now, even though I'm 6-0 and Ally's 5-1 at this point, Ally ends up winning his last set. He gets 6-1. If I lose to Salem in any way, Ally actually takes first seed over me. And I definitely wanted to have a free ride to semis, so I just could not lose to Salem. And the set at the championship was really, really bad. It made me so defeated, but there's been a lot of like behind the scenes lab work I've been trying to do to help me in areas that I just wasn't that good at. And not only that, the set was just 3-0. Like, what? Like, I just came off of having a game 5 with Chag, and the set still ended up being 3-0. One of the things that probably led into this was the fact that Salem can be pretty stubborn. Like, if he loses to you on a stage, he'll go back. He'll go back probably like 8 times if he keeps losing to you on a stage, because he wants to prove that he can beat you on that stage. And a lot of the time he does. But I guess I was just pretty unrelenting that day. So to top off the group stages, I went 7-0. I 3-1 Samsora, 3-0 Anti, 3-0 MVD, 3-2 Ally, 3-2 Chag, 3-1 Wadi, and 3-0 Salem. Really good track record. And this means going into day 3, I was in the first seed spot at winter semis, and I would end up fighting the winner of MVD and Buzz. Now the fact that fighting the Buzz is a possibility really just makes me so nervous. The Buzz is, with Zero no longer being here, the only player that I haven't beaten, especially after I beat Anti. So that thought alone just really scares me, and I'm sure that led into both my morning rituals and how I slept. So going into day 3, I don't feel like I slept that well. I was really nervous going into the set. I knew after the set I'd feel a lot better, but I tried to do what I could to relieve my nerves, as the Buzz did beat MVD, so I had to fight the Buzz in semis. Game 1 was really close. I think I just ended it with an up air. It was like an air dodge read up air, and you know, I thought to myself like, wow, this is way easier than it's supposed to be. Like, this is way easier than it is in your head. Like, you're completely overthinking like the skill difference. You got this. Like, you can actually beat the Buzz, and you just have to be as aware of that as everyone else is. And immediately after that, I just felt like I played significantly worse. Felt like I tilted out of my mind. Fighting the Buzz is so hard. You guys have no idea. Okay, maybe you guys have an idea, but it's so much worse. Like, actually fighting him, he's so good. And I ended up losing 3-1. I was pretty upset, but it's like I only fought the Buzz once last year, so having the chance to fight him again here was really important, because if I fight him more this year, which will probably be happening, I'll have more of a gauge of what I'm supposed to be doing. And afterwards, it was really surprising that Samsora actually made it to losers quarterfinals. And like I said earlier, the matchup can be a lot more like simple for Sheik as long as you get kills around like 110, 120. But I just wasn't getting those kills. Like, Samsora was playing so much more on point. I was still like recovering from like my nerves per se. So I feel like I was missing a lot of kill confirms. I was getting like really frustrated at my own play. Very destructive mindset came into my gameplay on day 3, and I think it showed. I don't know if I got 3-0'd or 3-1'd, but it definitely wasn't game 5. Definitely wasn't game 5. So I ended my PAX run at 5th. I showed a very strong dominance in the pool stage, which I think can carry on through the rest of my 2018. So I'm really glad I went to the event. Thanks again to Twitch and PAX Arena for like inviting us, and I can't wait to see what 2018 holds. I might have got the flu and I couldn't win Genesis, but I can win everything else. Let's go.